Driving test is one test that everyone in the UK need to pass before you get your driver's license. Unfortunately, the practical driving test is a very difficult test. And as a matter of fact, I've seen people who have taken this test up to 3 times, 4 times before passing this test. Anyway, I was fortunate enough to pass this driving test, in my first attempt with just 20 hours of training with a driving instructor. But what did I do, or how did I pass these tests so easily? Therefore, in this video, I want to give you the top 10 tips of what you need to do to pass your practical driving test with ease. Number one, you must enroll with a proper driving instructor. I understand that you must have had 5 to 10 years of driving experience in your country, but there are a lot of differences in driving here in the UK when compared to your country. For example, in the UK, we drive on the left-hand side, while in your country, it may be on the right-hand side. There are a lot of maneuvers, a lot of things that you can do in your country and get away with them. But if you do them in the UK, it is illegal and you will fail the test immediately. Secondly, the driving instructor will tell you the rules and regulations that guide driving in the UK. They will teach you on how you can maneuver in the exam. They will teach you on the rules you need to follow to pass your driving test. So please try to enroll with a proper driving instructor. Number two, it is not enough to have a driving instructor. The second thing you need to do to pass your practical driving test is to watch a lot of YouTube videos. In my time, I watched up to 100 to 120 YouTube videos. It's not enough to just watch YouTube videos. You need to watch specifically driving mock test in the UK. There are a series of videos called driving mock test in the UK. If you watch these videos, you will see other candidates who are taking this mock test in the presence of instructors or examiners. If you watch this video, you will see the errors, the mistakes, the challenges these candidates face. People like you as well who take this test, you will see the kind of mistakes they make and the corrections for these things. You will see different scenarios which you could face in the exam that those candidates will make in the mock test, and you will get the proper correction of how to maneuver those mistakes. So it is very important. Please watch a lot of YouTube mock videos. Number three is mirrors. Mirrors. You cannot pass your practical driving test if you don't make good use of your mirrors. As a matter of fact, you should be looking at your mirrors at least every 30 seconds. Even if you don't want to do anything with it, but just look at the mirrors. And it's not enough to look at these mirrors. You need to make it obvious. You need to make the examiner know or see that indeed you are looking at these mirrors. If you do it like this, they will know that you will be a safe driver. Look at the left mirror, the right mirror, and the rear view mirror. Before you turn left, please use the mirror. Before you turn right, use the mirror. Before you navigate or signal, please use the mirror. And also, before you hold your brake, before you accelerate, please use the mirror. These are the things that make you a safe driver. Number four, please read road signs carefully. I repeat, road signs are very important. Please read them carefully. For example, what if you are about to enter a road which says no entry? How will you know if you don't read the road signs? For example, you are about to enter a lane and it says bus lane only. How will you know if you don't read road signs? If you enter a road which says no entry, my dear, you have failed already. If you enter a road which says bus only, you have failed already. These are the common mistakes that candidates or students make in the exam that make them fail immediately. For example, they said road sign to London is left, and you go on and follow right. You may have failed already. So please read the road signs carefully. Number four is to anticipate and plan ahead. I cannot overemphasize how important it is to anticipate and plan ahead. For example, there is a pedestrian crossing ahead. If you don't anticipate that maybe someone could press this button there, you may They're traveling at a very fast speed, and we have to hold your brake abruptly, and it is not good. When you see someone approaching the pedestrian crossing, you need to begin to slow down gradually before you get to the pedestrian crossing. This is called anticipation and proper planning. For example, they said the road to London is on the left lane. You need to enter the left lane early enough and not trying to do this at the dying minute. So please anticipate and plan ahead. The next tip I want to give you is that when you enroll your practical driving test, they will give you a driving center. So when you get this driving center, you need to go to that driving center and drive around the driving center at least 3, 4, 5 times. Why is this important? If you do this, you will get used to, you will get familiar with the environment, you will get used to the driving environment, and this will boost your confidence in the exam. If you do this, you will know when exactly there will be a change of speed limit, let's say from 40 to 30 or 60 to 30, and this will help you plan ahead. You will also know where exactly there is a roundabout or where exactly there is a pedestrian crossing. If you have all these things in mind, it will help you drive fluently and confidently on the day of the exam. The next tip is that in the exam, we are bound to make mistakes. If you make a mistake, don't try to correct that mistake abruptly. If you do that, you are likely going to fail. For example, let's say it says the road to London is left and you go on and follow right. Don't correct that thing immediately. Just go on and follow the right. Continue going in the right direction. When you do this, at some point, he will tell you what else to do. Okay, don't try to correct your mistake immediately or abruptly, because if you do that, you are bound to obstruct or bound to cause confusion for other drivers. The next tip I want to point out is that, my dear, you have prepared and prepared for this driving test already. Okay, so on the day of the exam, control your nerves. Don't be nervous. Okay, I know it's quite difficult, but you need to try to be confident as much as possible. When you do this, the examiners will know that indeed you'll be able to handle the pressure of driving. The next tip I want to give you is that please learn to drive safely. Be a safe driver. How do I mean be a safe driver? For example, you're about to emerge from a junction. You need to watch your mirrors carefully. Don't just emerge and enter the main road without looking at your left and right. Be a safe driver. Observe closely, observe closely, and use your mirrors. For example, you're about to let's say emerge from a roundabout. When you get towards roundabout, slow down. Drive safely, be careful, observe closely as well before you enter into the roundabout. The next tip I want to mention is the tip of speed limit. My dear, please observe changes of speed limit. Observe changes of speed limit. When you drive along the road, there are frequent changes in the speed limit from 40 to 30 or from 30 to 50. If the speed limit says 30 and you are driving at 45 or 40, my dear, it's not a good sign. You need to drive within the speed limit.